The question around the sustainability of economic moats is the key one that we focus on when we appraise a company. So whether it's looking at a company for the first time or whether it's updating a stocks research report and one that we've owned and known about for many years, that is the key question that everything focuses in on. Is this a business that I believe will not only be able to produce robust cash flows in the next year to 5 years, but for as long as I can foresee into the future? And you know, the future is an unpredictable place, so you've got to make some underlying assumptions, typically with a conservative bias, and you're doing that from the position today where history is the best guide you have for the future, but it's often a poor guide to what the future will bring. With those caveats, we're constantly looking for businesses that can adapt their environment to their environment and adapt their current business practices. Now, speaking of disruptors and the ways that they were impacting the economic franchises of businesses that we owned, probably the best example is 2-3 years ago, the IT space was littered with question marks around what the cloud was going to do to the incumbent positions that existed then. So companies like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Intel and Computershare, there were big question marks over how they were going to transition their current business operations to the cloud. What we did was to essentially make a call that these businesses were going to be able to take their existing customer bases, and it was a far easier move to transition those existing customers to a new offering than for someone to come in and to offer them a completely new service. It doesn't mean that it wasn't impossible, but it meant that the economic moats they had gave them that incumbency position that allowed that transition to occur. And what you've seen is a number of these businesses, as they're now in the early or latter stages of that transition, going through the financial productivity gains that will come from the cloud transition. So if you think about it, a business like Microsoft prior to the cloud was selling software that you would update maybe once every 2 or 3 years. Now you update it every month. You pay a recurring fee. It's a business that no longer requires the expenses of building the software package that you download onto your computer. It just comes to you via the internet. And it's a business now that will ultimately be more asset light, because essentially they're sending most of their IT software facilities across the internet. So you get a business that has better recurring revenue streams, higher margins, and there's less capital intensity. They actually come through the transition of the cloud better businesses than what they were when they entered it. And I think the opportunity presented itself because the market was fixated on the threats and not the opportunities. And what we did was to take a more balanced view and see a great value opportunity that emerged.